G'day.
G'day.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for joining us.
Well, we're on the last leg of our trip down the Darling River.
It's a bit sad, really.
All good things must come to an end.
Darn.
As we do this last leg, we leave Menindee, head down through Pooncarie into Wentworth.
Yeah.
And the adventure continues. So come and join us as we share this last leg of the Darling River run with you.
Definitely worth it. Well, we're heading out of Wentworth and onto the Pooncarie Road. Great to see the road open, and even better to find it sealed and in top shape. Last time we drove this way back in 2013, it was a dusty, bone-rattling dirt road.
Rolling into the heart of town, we pulled up at the iconic Pooncarie Hotel. It's not just a pub, it's also where you check in for the Riverside cancelled campground. Of course, couldn't resist checking out the menu. Might be back here for dinner tonight. So the pub has, on being a Sunday night, they only have pizzas on tonight. So that's the bad news. The good news is that they do have gluten-free bases, so you could actually get one.
Yeah.
So that's not so bad.
$10.
You're paying there $10 for the site,
Right.
$20 if you want power.
Okay. $20 if you want power. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not bad at all.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go check out the campground.
Okay.
Driving into the campground, it all came back to us. This was a pretty well set up spot. There's a dump point, heaps of space up top where there's powered sites, but we had our eyes on the river. Tell you, it's hard to beat a quiet spot by the Darling for the night.
Box key from the port pit stop or Pooncarie Hotel before setting up camp. So down here, right next to the river, you can't get any powered sites, but you can see our van up there. Up on that little ledge there is powered sites, and there's also drinking water, which is pretty cool, I reckon. Toilets and showers are a little walk away, but not ridiculously so. It's a great little spot.
Last time we were here, we had the camper trailer. This time, it's the van. And getting it down the hill and then through the trees to the riverside might be a bit more of a challenge.
Bit of a slow and steady mission, getting the van down the hill, threading the needle between the trees. Not exactly a driveway, but hey, that's half of the fun, right? All part of the adventure to score that riverside spot. What a magic spot, Paul. It is amazing. It really is.
I reckon we could be the only ones here tonight.
Wow, look at this. It's got a fire pit and tables and chairs. Well, I love this spot. And it's so peaceful.
G'day. Stopping by.
Yep, I think this will do just nicely. So here is the original amenities block. This is the block that we used when we were here in 2013. So here's the coin deposit box. You would need to get ready, quickly pop your money in the deposit box and hop back in. Multiple coins will not accumulate time. So if you're not done in 5 minutes and you're all soaked up, you have to come back out and put another $1 coin in there. Oh my goodness. We were seriously impressed with the new amenities here. What a step up. Everything looked fresh, well cared for, and super clean. There's a laundry.
Toilet. 6 shower.
Hot showers that actually feel like a treat after a dusty day.
Oh, nice showers. Look at that.
It's always a bonus when a remote spot like this has facilities that are this good.
Still $1.
It really adds to the whole experience. And toilets that are honestly some of the cleanest we've seen anywhere on the road.
We came out here in 2013. This toilet block here wasn't here, it was just the other one. It was still the same, it was $1 for a couple of minutes of water. We came up in a camper trailer at that time, camped down by the river. Down where we are now, actually almost the same spot. We were here for the Pooncarie races, but I tell you, they've really done the park up nicely here. And I think even back then in 2013, it was still $10 a night. Now it's $10 a night, even today with our power, $20 with power and water hookup, I think, on a couple of those sites. We're not that fussed about the water and the power tonight because it is a bit cooler. The forecast was originally 41. but it's certainly a lot cooler than that. You don't need the power, so not fussed about having the aircon on. We took a stroll over to the old Pooncarie Wharf, where an info board shares a bit of the town's riverboat history. Hard to imagine now, this place was once a bustling stop along the Darling. Apparently the wharf here at Pooncarie is a natural wharf. I'm thinking where that land is flat down there is what they would have considered to be the port.
What a surprise find! The Old Wharf Café. We wandered over for a look and couldn't resist checking out the goodies at the counter. Safe to say, lunch was sorted.
Right?
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He said that road was built in the 1920s, he said, and it cut the Murray River off from the Fletcher's Lake system. He said, if you're interested in...
Well, that was quite an experience. The Old Wharf Café, definitely worth a visit. The owners there are so lovely, and having a good yarn there with them, so it was a lot of fun.
After a peaceful night by the river, we packed up and hit the road, onto that final stretch of our journey along the Darling.
It was a moody, overcast morning, a real change from the scorching 40-degree days that we'd been experiencing earlier. Mind you, the cooler air made it for a pretty cruisy drive into Wentworth.
Crossing the Darling River one last time felt like a fitting end to the trip. We rolled into Wondrous Crossing River Retreat, ready to put our feet up for a few days and soak it all in.
Well, we finished up our trip here at the Wanderers Crossing. It used to be called Willow Bend, but since the floods and they had to redo it all, it got washed out, was shut down for ages. But since the floods, they've actually rebranded it as Wanderers Crossing. Brilliant park now, I tell you, this is a really well laid out park. You've got some nice sites by the river, but also some slab sites a little bit back from the river. Got cabins, camp kitchen is amazing. The undercover area here where I am, it's got a couple of tables and things like that, barbecues, fridge, the things, so it's a great little setup. They've got a fire pit going there, so that'd be a great happy hours around, that'd be pretty cool. Of course, it's got the dump point, which is always handy for those that haven't gone to composting toilets yet, like us. But it's a great little park. Like, this is really nice, beautiful, and pelicans out in the water, the two rivers where they meet. Great spot. I love this place. It's interesting how different the river is at the moment, like the two colours of the water. They really are different compared to other times as well. The main reason for that, we've been told, is that the Darling River is a clay-based river, so the bottom of it's all clay, whereas the Murray River is sandy. So that doesn't get quite as murky looking as the Darling River. So it's interesting, the merge where they come together and just the different shades of the water. Anyway, so that's the park here. Beautiful park. We're here for a few days. Check out Wentworth a bit. Alright, pretty excited today. We are off to grab the new drone. It's been delivered here in Wentworth already.
It didn't take long.
No.
Gee, look, I think they sent it on Friday. Today's Monday in Wentworth, and it's already ready to be picked up. I'm very impressed.
Yeah,
I'm very
cool.
impressed. Yeah.
Beautiful day. The temperature's dropped a fair bit now. We're actually cool overnight last night, thinking we better get the doona back out.
Isn't that lovely?
What a contrast. So anyway, we're off into the post office in Wentworth and we're going to pick up this drone. Cool. Let's do it.
Yep. Oh, what's that?
A new toy.
Your new toy.
Here it is. The new drone. Let's check it out. Whoa. Bag this one comes with.
Good one? Oh, wow.
Whew. Oh, I'm looking at the boy with all this bit. I'll get back to you shortly once I unpack it. And this is the DJI Air 3S. Tell you, it's much bigger than the other one, or feels a bit bigger anyway. Not that I've got anything to measure it against because my other one's gone. But yeah, it certainly feels a bit bigger and a bit more solid. The camera I notice is different. It's got a whole new different couple of lenses on it, so that's huge. The other thing is this time around I got the controller with the screen in it. Last time I would put the phone at the top of it and you'd do it through that. This one has its own screen. So it'll be interesting to see how I go with that. It seems to have the same features as the previous one with the cinema mode, normal and sports mode. The controls look the same, so there doesn't seem to be too much difference there. We've got the battery pack with it, so this is the 3 batteries and the charge in that way. A few extra propellers and things, so yeah, looking forward to testing this one out, and I'll certainly be a little bit more careful with it. We've had a couple of comments and questions about drones recently, particularly when you go into places like national parks and that. Alright, first up, before you even take off, you need to make sure you have your remotely piloted aircraft accreditation, RPA accreditation. And for drones like the DJI Air 3S, you also need to get it registered with CASA. Once you've ticked those boxes, you need to be aware when and where you can fly. The good news is there are plenty of CASA accredited apps that can help you with that. Some drones like ours will even alert you if you're trying to take off in a restricted area, which is very handy. Now, when it comes to national parks, the rules actually vary state by state. For example, in the Northern Territory, you can apply for approval to fly your drone in the national parks, and you can get that approval for a 12-month period. So it's one permit, 12 months. It was relatively easy to do. You do it online, takes about a week to come back, and then you just carry your permit with you everywhere you go, electronically or on paper or however you want to do it. However, the Northern Territory one, while it covers all of the Northern Territory's national parks, it doesn't cover Uluru or Kakadu national parks. They're actually managed by the federal government, which is another permit altogether. I didn't even bother with that one. Within the parks themselves, there are restricted areas where you're not allowed to fly. For example, in Litchfield National Park, there's signs up in places where it says no drone. If there's an area in the park that clearly states no drones, even with your permit, you're still not allowed to fly there. In New South Wales, they have a different system again, where you apply to the Parks and Services for a permit to fly in a specific park on a specific date and from a specific location. For example, when we went to Barrington Tops, we had to apply online for a specific date that we were going to be at Barrington Tops, and we had to let them know where we were going to launch the drone from. For example, we launched it from Thunderbolt's Lookout and Pole Blue, so we had to list those in the places that we wanted to take off from. It only took 3 days to get the permit back from there. It didn't cost anything, so it was easy enough to do. It's just, I think they just like to manage and be aware of how many drones are flying around the place in a particular time. In Queensland, it's a bit more relaxed, and you're actually allowed to fly a drone in a national park without a permit. But of course, you still got to be mindful of the usual CASA rules, like not flying over people, staying under 120 metres in height, and always keeping the drone in the line of sight, things like that. So while there are rules and regulations for flying within national parks, it's not necessarily off limits. It just takes a bit of planning and understanding of the local rules before you fly. So try and do the right thing, get the permits, and you'll be rewarded with some breathtaking shots. Anyway, so this is a new drone. It's registered, got my license. I'm not flying in an area that's restricted, so gonna go check it out. Tell you, there's something magical about taking to the skies with the drone, soaring over the meeting point of the Murray and Darling rivers. The way the sunlight just dances off the water, golden reflections in the landscape, I tell you, it's breathtaking. Capturing this moment from above feels like seeing the world with new eyes, and I'll never get tired of it. We've heard that the Wentworth Information Centre is a place to see. Apparently it's one of the best going. So we've got a bit of time up our sleeve now. We'll nick across there and have a look at the Information Centre. Oh, it looks alright, doesn't it?
It does. It looks really lovely.
Interpretive displays.
P.S. Ruby. Wentworth Visitor Centre is packed with history and surprises, from local stories and displays to hands-on exhibits. It's like stepping into the past, and honestly, we could have spent hours here just taking it all in.
Well, I must say, this is a very impressive visitor centre. So much to see here and learn all about the region, certainly the Murray and the Darling, my two favourite rivers.
Well, it's dinner time and the Royal Hotel comes highly recommended, and we're hopeful the meals are just as impressive as the atmosphere promises.
No, it's not the end of the world. I've moved away from my palmy tonight and gone with Ozone. Look at that. What did you get?
Gluten-free spaghetti bolognese.
$20 meals here at the Royal in Wentworth. Ripper value. So last time we were here, when we did the Murray River tour, we never went out to this place here. But down at the junction, there's actually a Junction River walk. You go across a footbridge that takes you out to this little island, basically where the two rivers meet. So anyway, thought we'd check it out this time. We'll go and see what's here. Actually, it's a nice little picnic spot here too.
It's lovely. It's got toilets and...
Yeah, toilets, picnic tables. So here we are here, and you walk up here to the junction. So that's the Darling River over there, and over this side is the Murray River. And I was just reading, they're not even sure if this is man-made or if it's a natural causeway between the two of them. So that was interesting. They can't even be certain if it's man-made or if it's not. So now we'll head out to the merge point, which I got some nice shots of last time, and we'll look at it from this angle. So we are now making our way to the end of the Darling River, where it flows into the Murray, or merges with the Murray, and finishes up this road trip. It's not a particularly long walk here, but it's interesting the different types of flora they end up walking through to get to this place here, from sort of scrubby bushland to these reeds type things.
reeds, I think.
I suppose it's a type of swamp grass or something.
Yeah, possibly.
Hmm.
Maybe there's an interpretive board somewhere to tell us.
Let's hope so. And sure enough, there was one just waiting around the corner. So this is the Darling River, almost to the very end of it, within metres of the end of it. Then you come over here on this side and you've got the Murray River. And you'll notice it's much clearer. You can actually see the bottom over here. It's totally different water. We did it! The end of the Darling River.
There is the end, right here. Right here.
After that, no more Darling River. No, we've managed to find the very start of the river, back in halfway between Brewarrina and Burke, where the Culgoa River and the Barwon River meet to form the Darling. And here we are at the end, where the Darling River now flows into the Murray River, start to finish.
Wow.
Journey complete. Tick. Anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
End of the Darling River.
We'll just stay here and enjoy it for
Soak
a few
it in.
minutes.
Yeah, definitely. The viewing platform wasn't enough for Wenda. Oh no, she spotted a sketchy little path and thought,
Why not?
so now she's out on the tip of the Junction Island, channeling her inner explorer and maybe just testing our health insurance. This could be good. That could be even better.
Woohoo! End of the Darling River, yay!
Today is our last day on this epic Darling River Run road trip. What a great experience it's been. So we spent the past few days here at Wentworth, and the weather's just turned today. So talk about time to perfection. It's raining a bit today. It's been so warm recently. Past couple of days cooled down a little bit, but overall it's been a very hot run this time of year. And we've done this in, where are we? The beginning of March, basically. But I think it's unusually hot for this time of year. That's it. Another big tick. The Darling River Run.
Most definitely.
Well, most of it. Except for that bit we couldn't get to. But
just the Tulpa bit, but
yeah,
all the rest we got to.
we'll have to go back and do it again.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Hopefully you got as much out of it as we did.
Oh, we sure did.
And we're looking forward to you joining us in our next adventure as we continue to explore this amazing country of ours.
It's such an amazing country. So much to see, so much to do. We'll just have to get on with it, Paul.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye for now.
Bye.